Now we created log only the console, right? When you run the API testing, this thing we test assured, then if we run it, then if we choose run as, then testng, and then it is creating the log here, right? And everything is there. Now it's time to separate this log. Most of the time on our like day-to-day life, during when we create this type of project testing framework, I mean this type of framework, when we develop, generally we separate the log and we store those log inside a file, so that in future later we can process that log if we need, like if there is an error or any bug is there, we can easily understand from there. So let's see how we can create those type of log inside our API framework. So I'm going to show you in this video. So here if we check carefully, so here for each of the requests, like it doesn't matter whether post, put, get, delete, we use request spec and response spec, right? So to create the log, we can use this file which can capture and record the log over there. I mean inside a text file or notepad file, whatever you can say, you can it can store. So I'm going to jump to this class, basically request response specification. So if we go there, here we see there are a couple of things are there. This is the request spec and the others are response spec based on different types of code, right? We created those things. Now to capture the log, we have to modify this method basically. So here we see the get request, there is request builder, and inside request builder we set the base URI, then add header, and then finally build it. So to capture those log, basically we can add the filter here. So I'm going to add the filter over here. So to add the filter, we just need to add the filter just before the build. So I'm going to put my cursor over there and I'm going to press the return key, and very shortly it will be like this. Then I am going to type the method name is like add filter. I'm going to add the filter like other way, like add header. I'm going to same way add filter. If I start typing F, then we'll see a couple of filters are there. So I'm going to choose the first one, and here we need to define the filter value, right? So the filter value is like it should be logging filter, right? So there is two types of filter. One is request logging, and other is response logging, right? So definitely we can create the object of those request. If we start typing request logging filter, so here we see this is request logging filter. I'm going to choose this thing, and after that we just need to initialize the request logging filter file, right? So we suppose the file name is log stream. So this log stream I'm going to define outside. I'm not going to define here. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a filter. So we can choose this thing, create a filter log stream, and it will create like this. But this is this I will store everything inside a file. So instead of log details, I'm going to use some other class which is called like in file stream class, right? It's very common class we use, like print stream. This method we can use, not method, this is the class, public static print stream log stream. Okay, and let's make it static also, private string this thing, and also we can make it final also. Let me check whether we can make it. No, we don't need final. Okay, so now I have to define this variable variable value, right? So as this is static, so we have to initialize static. Here I will actually initialize the value of that one, static, and here log stream I'm going to initialize inside it log stream. Okay, so this is the here basically we will define what is the file, right? So as I'm going to use print stream, so it should be new print stream, right? The object for that class is new print stream, and then we have to mention what is the file. So here we can define the file like this way, new file output. This is the file output stream. Okay, and then we have to mention the file name, right? File output stream, and inside it we can mention the file name. Suppose the file name is like log.txt, dot text, or we can mention like API log.txt. So this way we can actually get initialize the log stream. And here I am getting on error, probably we need to use try catch, that's why. So if I move my cursor here, it is showing unhandled exception type file not found. Okay, we have to use this thing try catch, and then it will be looking like this. We can remove this comment, basically we don't need. Okay, now it is that, right? API-log.txt. So it will create the log of that. Now here I used only one filter, add filter request login. Same way I can also actually create filter for response also. So I'm going to change it. Instead of request, I'm going to change response 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 logging. This is the response logging filter. I'm going to use this thing. Okay, it's the same, only one is request, another is response. And now we're done. So I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to run this thing, this API test, and check whether if it is able to create the log over there or not. So I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to run, choose run as, then testng test, and let's see if there is any error or not. Okay, there is no error because test run 5 and passed 5 and this thing, and if we go there, it is also fine, everything is working fine. Now here right click on the project basically, and here you will find somewhere there is refresh, or is the refresh. Okay, refresh. Okay, here is the refresh. We just need to click here and everything will be refreshed, and you will see a file is generated. So this one, this is the file which we created here, right? The same file name, api-log.txt. so this one, and if we try to open it, double clicking, then we will see the log of details. So here we see this is the post request. At first we created the post, and this is the body, something like that. For it is coming from the cookie, so here it is mentioning. And after that, basically what we get, so this is the token we also found. So this is the token, and also post request. So this is the request URL, whole URL, and this is the body part, and this is the response 200. Okay, like this. And also some other thing, this is the ID. This is actually probably from get request we are getting, and this is oh no, this is get request. Here it mentioned request method get, and here is the URL. So for this ID it is creating like this, and if we scroll, this is the put request. Here it is mentioning request mention put. So everything is there. See here, everything is there, even the delete also there. So not found, because we actually tested not found like that. So this is get. After delete we requested it, right? Let me check. Yes, this is the delete request, and this is the whole request. We are using this resource with this ID, and here everything is fine. Okay, so that's it. Basically in this way we can actually integrate the logging feature with our testing framework, and here we used everything, right? We used rest assured, then testng, and also some logging framework, and also we used Pozo, and everything basically. Right now we develop like this way.